Welcome to the Obesity Medicine Podcast with your host, Dr. Matea Rentia, board certified in internal medicine and obesity medicine. Here, we talk about a path to metabolic health, and we have real conversations about chronic weight management and living a full life. Just a reminder, I am a physician, but I'm not your physician. So everything that's on this podcast is for informational purposes, but please go talk to your doctor about what's right for you. There is no medical advice being given on this podcast. Welcome, my friends. You have made it to another Friday. Congratulations. Your week is hopefully wrapping up soon. Today, I want to talk about summer salads. If you're living in the part of the country like me, it's starting to get warmer. The sun is out. It's gorgeous. You want to be outside. Salad fits so nicely in with that. And I kind of find it's like, with your closet, you sometimes need to seasonally rotate things. You need to get those short sleeve tops, the shorts, the dresses. You kind of need to pull it to the front of the closet. I feel that that's with our nutrition. We need to crank this lever this time of year and just course correct. And sometimes it involves more salad. So I want to give you the two that I love the most right now. But I think this is a really good opportunity to just say, hey, pop online onto social, put in the hashtag summer salads and see what pops up. People have so many amazing ideas. But here are ones that have been tried and true and tested and I have stuck with for a long time. Some of you are going to think it's far out. That's totally fine. All right. So the first one that I want to go over is just a simple cucumber salad. We actually, growing up, we made this every single evening. We always started a meal with this, or this was always on our plate in some capacity. So you cut up a cucumber. If you want, you can cut up some tomato in there as well. Sometimes if you have, for example, like green bell peppers, those can work great too. Remember, the predominant thing in this salad, though, is going to be the cucumbers, less tomatoes, even less of the green bell peppers if you cut that up. So you're going to cut that all up, and then seasoning, you can use salt, you can use garlic salt, whatever you want to do. But what we're going to use as liquid in this to kind of let it marinate a little bit, you're going to use some rice vinegar, you're going to use a little bit of olive oil, and then the missing ingredient that is going to turn this from an average nothing to pure perfection, where you say, wow, give me a cup of that. That's amazing. I want to eat more of it. It's to add, there's a liquid that you can put in. It's called Maggi, Maggi. I'll make sure that we put a link beneath this little clip in case you have no idea what I'm talking about if you haven't ever heard. I believe that it's an Asian liquid seasoning, if you would. I don't know the right word to use for that, but it gives the salad the most amazing taste. You do not need to put a lot of this on it. It's literally 5 to 10 drops. So it comes out very little, a drop at a time. And you put a few drops on your salad, and that with the vinegar and the oil and the salt on your stuff in general, you stir that up. It's right away an amazing taste. And the other super nice thing about this salad is that it keeps great for days as well, because it keeps getting more and more marinated and tasting even better. So I routinely will make it for dinner or lunch whenever I'm having it. Have it at that meal, but then I'll also have it for several other days. For example, I made it yesterday, had it with dinner, and then today for lunch, I had some before I had my lunch. It's a really nice low-calorie version to really get some good veggies in there. It really wakes up your taste buds. Like, it's just a super nice profile. Okay, the other one that, again, if you haven't made this, you're going to think that sounds horrible, but I'll tell you where I learned this recipe. In medical school, I had a friend that was really good at making things. And whenever we would get together, everyone had like their thing that they brought. So one girl would make the pizza. This girl would make the salad. I don't remember. One girl brought Diet Coke. Like we all had our thing. Honestly, I can't remember what mine was. Maybe I was the person that brought like napkins. I don't remember. But the point is, she made this recipe, and at first I thought, oh my gosh. But then when I tasted it, it's divine. Okay, so this salad is best, ironically, with like a baby spinach as the base. But you could use any other salad, but I like to use baby spinach. So you have that as the base of it. And then you put on very, very finely chopped red onion. Not a lot. I mean, I think she was pretty aggressive with it, but as I've gotten to do it over time, not more than like an eighth of a small one, like a small amount, right? Really disperse it well among the salad. And then in there, you throw a few dried cranberries. So those are going to be very sweet. And then you're also going to throw a few chopped walnuts in there. And then what's going to really put this over the edge is you can use any dressing, but if I really like to get a sugar-free vinaigrette, this really keeps it on the low-calorie side. And you put that on it, you stir this up, and that vinaigrette dressing, sort of like a sugar-free raspberry vinaigrette is what I use. That dressing with the onion, with the cranberry, with the walnut, with the baby spinach, it is divine. This is something I make it so often over the summer, and there's something about it that just feels good with digestion, tastes amazing. And so are there summer salads that you make? If so, bust those out. This is the time of year, And again, a friendly reminder here that our nutrition does not need to be something where it's drudgery, it tastes bad. The thing is this, you're not going to stick with things like that. So remember, nutritious food and things that really support our gut microbiome, they can taste phenomenal. I had the other day, this is unrelated to salads, but just talking about feeding our gut microbiome, I had a German muesli, which is, think like oats. There's some raisins in it. What else? Anyway, I put some milk with it. I put some berries with it, a little bit of banana. It was such a phenomenal meal. It was different. My body was like, thank you. That was phenomenal. I really wanted that, right? So we don't only need to do the plain Greek yogurt where we just think, oh, I can't stick with this. The dried chicken breast that tastes horrible. You're not going to stick with those things. It's got to have flavor. It's got to have some variety. It's got to reach a few different notes with what you're eating, right? So bust out some different recipes. Come back to these recipes that really worked for you, dust them off. It's time to bring them out again. Anyway, I hope you have a great Friday. Maybe this is an idea or two that you can go try. Message me on social, Matea Rentia MD on both Instagram and TikTok. Message me if you have a recipe where it's really working for you. I would love to hear about it. All right, have an amazing rest of the weekend. That marks the end of today's episode. But if you're newer to the podcast, I want to tell you about something that we have, and it's a free podcast roadmap. So this is perfect for any of you that are listening where you want to be directed to very specific episodes. So let's say that you are just starting out and you want to know, what should I do right when I start on the medications? Or you're experiencing certain side effects on the GLP-1s, or you want to know what to do if you're in a plateau, or if emotional eating is taking over, or if hunger levels are high. So we have many different categories of episodes that we've talked about, because there's a lot at this point. So if you want to be able to navigate that very easily, we have it broken down by category and also the episodes that are there, and we hyperlink to everything. So you can just click on it and find the episode, easy peasy. If you want that, you can go to rentiaclinic.com/podcast roadmap. We'll have it linked right here underneath the show notes where you're listening. And you can go ahead and get that free resource so that it makes it easy for you to navigate, because I know that it's really hard when someone has an established podcast. I am such a podcast fiend, listening to podcasts all day long. And when I find one that I love, but there's a lot that are out there, I am so lost. So I hope that you enjoy this free podcast roadmap. Again, the link to get to that is going to be rentiaclinic.com/podcast roadmap. I hope this is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.